At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, whose name is Woo Yan. Her dream is to become an RJ, and she is currently working at a radio station. She really likes the songs of a person named Yi Jin, but no one knows anything about him. In the next scene, we see the male lead, Nian Chin, who is blind. We then find out that Nian Chin writes songs under the name Yi Jin. On the other hand, Woo Yan is leaving the office when her friend Wei Hao arrives, but Woo Yan is upset with him because she had seen Wei Hao kissing her other friend, Shu Qian. And for this reason, Woo Yan gets angry with him and comes to a park. And in that same park, Nian Chin is also sitting. So Woo Yan starts singing a song by Yi Jin. Woo Yan is singing quite badly, which is why Nian Chin's attention is drawn towards her. Then Woo Yan sees Nian Chin and, feeling embarrassed, she leaves. After going to her university, she tells her roommate, Cheng Yin, about Nian Chin's handsomeness. After class, she is very happy listening to Yi Jin's songs. In the next scene, Nian Chin is in his house and he lives all alone. All his work is handled by Xiao Lu. On the other side, Shu Qian comes to meet Woo Yan. She asks her to go to dinner with Wei Hao, but Woo Yan makes an excuse about work and leaves. Woo Yan was a little upset with Shu Qian because they had been best friends since their school days, and Shu Qian had not told her anything about Wei Hao. At night, Woo Yan drinks and tells her friend, Cheng Yin, about Shu Qian and Wei Hao's friendship. She even wanted Shu Qian and Wei Hao to get together if they liked each other. Woo Yan says, "That's why I don't want to come between them." Just then, Woo Yan finds out that there is a girl who is calling herself Yi Jin. She is surprised to see this. On the other hand, Nian Chin doesn't react much, but Xiao Lu gets busy handling the whole situation. For this, she contacts RJ Nie Shi, who was Xiao Lu's friend and worked at Woo Yan's radio station. She invites Yi Jin, meaning Nian Chin, to her show, and on Xiao Lu's insistence, Nian Chin also agrees. In the next scene, Nian Chin reaches the radio station. In the lift, Woo Yan and Nian Chin meet again. When Woo Yan sees the stick in Nian Chin's hand, she understands that he cannot see. She says, "I will help you press the lift buttons," but Nian Chin refuses. Just then, Woo Yan gets a call from the university, so she has to leave. On the other side, Nian Chin's talk show with RJ Nie Shi began. Here, Woo Yan is asked to participate in some activity to improve her marks. In this, she chooses a special project. The professor was Woo Yan's father's friend, so he advised Woo Yan, "You should study well." Then Woo Yan tells the professor, "I want to become an RJ." And Woo Yan says to her professor, "Please don't tell my mom and dad about this because I want to tell them myself." The professor agrees. Just then, Woo Yan starts listening to RJ Nieshi's radio show because she had heard that a special guest was coming on it. And when she hears that the guest is Yi Jin, she becomes very shocked, and she regrets coming to the university. Woo Yan says, "If I were at the radio station today, I could have met Yi Jin." In the next scene, Nian Chin goes to a special school to teach children. And from today, Woo Yan was also starting her internship there. And in class, seeing Nian Chin teaching, Woo Yan just keeps looking at him. After class, Woo Yan talks to Nian Chin, but Nian Chin doesn't know her, so he starts to leave. But Woo Yan asks Nian Chin about the principal's office. So Nian Chin says, "Come, I will take you there." They start walking, and seeing him, Woo Yan was getting scared that Nian Chin might bump into something and fall. And from the front, children come running, so she quickly stands in front of Nian Chin so that the children don't collide with him. And because of this, she comes very close to Nian Chin. But because of looking at Nian Chin, she was about to fall when Nian Chin holds her. This makes her blush a lot. Then Nian Chin shows her the principal's office. In the next scene, Woo Yan comes back home and starts telling Cheng Yin about Nian Chin. Woo Yan praises his handsomeness a little too much, and since she was repeatedly meeting Nian Chin, she starts thinking about it. So Cheng Yin asks her, "Have you fallen in love with him, perhaps? You've been talking about him for so long." Just then, Woo Yan tells her, "I'm not in love with him, but I really liked his caring nature, gentleness, and politeness." In the next scene, when Woo Yan goes to school, she hears a very beautiful piano tune there. Following the sound, she comes to the music room and sees that Nian Chin was playing this piano tune, and hearing this melody, she becomes very happy. Just then, she gets a call from the radio station. Going there, she finds out that she has been transferred to a news department where Shu Qian works. Then in the evening, all of Woo Yan's hometown friends gather for dinner, where Wei Hao and Shu Qian have also come. And the scene between the three of them was a little awkward. There, Wei Hao sings a song for Woo Yan, but Woo Yan, thinking about Shu Qian, leaves from there. And Wei Hao comes after her to explain things to Woo Yan. He tells her, "There is nothing like that between me and Shu Qian." Woo Yan was very angry with Wei Hao. They were childhood friends. Woo Yan tells him, "You didn't think it was necessary to tell me anything about this, so it's okay. I won't come between you two." Saying this, Woo Yan leaves from there. In the next scene, Woo Yan comes to the school. She sees that Neon Chin's book falls down due to a collision with the children. Woo Yan runs to pick up the book, but Neon Chin says, "No, I'll pick it up." As soon as Neon Chin puts his hand down to pick up the book, his hand touches Woo Yan's face. But Woo Yan picks up the book and places it near Neon Chin's hand. So Neon Chin picks up the book and is about to leave when, from behind, Woo Yan says, "It's me." So Neon Chin says thank you to her. When he hears her voice, he says, "This voice seems familiar." Not paying attention to Neon Chin's words, Woo Yan leaves from there and starts watching Neon Chin secretly. In the next scene, a teacher asks Woo Yan to take a singing class in class 3. She asks for Neon Chin's help in playing the piano. Neon Chin agrees to it. After this, they both go to the children's class. There, Woo Yan was singing very off-key, but Neon Chin was playing the piano very well. Hearing Woo Yan's song, Neon Chin starts to leave, but thinking about the children, he comes back. After class, Neon Chin tells Woo Yan, "If you don't care about the children even a little, then there's no point in you being here. If you are doing all this for marks, then you shouldn't do this. Children are not a means to get marks." Woo Yan wants to say something to him, but Neon Chin says, "If you show these children a little love, they will become very happy with just that." Saying this, he leaves from there, and Woo Yan also starts to think about the children. On the other hand, Wei Hao and Shu Qian have a band, but Shu Qian suddenly comes and says, "I am leaving this band because I don't have time for all this." Wei Hao goes to Shu Qian and says sorry to her. Shu Qian says, "You don't need to say sorry. That night we both had too much to drink, and I'm leaving the band because I have to do a part-time job now." In the next scene, Wei Hao's dad has come home, and he calls Woo Yan home because Woo Yan's dad had sent rice balls for him. Just then, Wei Hao tries to talk to Woo Yan, but Woo Yan starts to leave. Just then, Wei Hao stops her and says, "I know you will never forgive me." And he says, "Honestly, if there was anything between me and Shu Qian, I would have told you first. I ruined the friendship of the three. For this, please forgive me." Wei Hao says, "Maybe Shu Qian is angry with me. That's why she left our band too." Woo Yan starts to worry about him. Then Wei Hao puts Woo Yan in the car and sends her home. While leaving, Woo Yan remembers the memories she spent with Shu Qian when they both had decided that they would work together at a radio station. In the next scene, Woo Yan goes to school and brings rice balls for everyone. And she says sorry to Neon Chin and says, "I will truly care for the children from now on." And today was the children's medical checkup. Just then, a little girl named Xiao Wei is left behind in the class. She could not see, and because she was left alone in the class, the child starts crying. Just then, Woo Yan sees that Xiao Wei is missing from among the children, so she starts looking for that child. Before Woo Yan arrives, Neon Chin comes to the class and controls the child. Just then, Woo Yan also reached there. Once again, seeing Neon Chin's nature, she starts liking Neon Chin even more. Then Woo Yan says to Neon Chin, "I will take Xiao Wei to the medical camp. Just trust me once." So Neon Chin agrees, and he takes the rice balls given by Woo Yan and goes towards his home. Seeing Neon Chin leaving, Woo Yan becomes very happy, and she asks a teacher about Neon Chin. The teacher tells her that Neon Chin is teaching here in place of another teacher. Xiao Lu comes to pick up Neon Chin, and she is surprised to see that for the first time, someone has gifted Neon Chin rice balls. And seeing Xiao Lu, Woo Yan gets lost in thought about what Neon Chin's relationship is with her. The next day, it is raining a lot. Neon Chin still goes to school, so Woo Yan again starts watching him secretly. Woo Yan also helps Neon Chin in placing his umbrella, and Woo Yan starts reciting a poem. Hearing that poem, Neon Chin points out some of her mistakes. Hearing this, Woo Yan is quite surprised. And then it's time for Woo Yan's office, and before leaving, she places Neon Chin's umbrella near him and goes. Hearing this, Neon Chin smiles for the first time. In the next scene, Woo Yan comes back home and discusses Xiao Lu with her friend and says, "Who could she be after all?" And on the other hand, Neon Chin writes his new song and asks to find a new singer to sing it. And finally, that song is recorded and released, and Woo Yan is listening to that song on her radio show. Hearing that song, she understands that this song was written by Yi Jin. And on looking at the song carefully, she finds out that these lyrics are from the same poem that she had discussed with Neon Chin. From this, Woo Yan gets a doubt that Neon Chin himself might be Yi Jin. Hearing the lyrics of Yi Jin's song, Woo Yan becomes certain that Neon Chin is Yi Jin because Woo Yan had already heard the music of this song being played by Neon Chin. And the lyrics of this song were about the same poem that Woo Yan had discussed with Neon Chin. And now Woo Yan starts connecting everything from the beginning. She thinks, the day Yi Jin's interview was scheduled, I met Neon Chin at the radio station. This cannot be a coincidence. Woo Yan says, now I am completely sure that Neon Chin is Yi Jin. Because of this, she is very happy. In the next scene, Woo Yan gets a call from a school teacher. That teacher asks her to deliver some items to the welfare room. On the other hand, Wei Hao has come to the same coffee center where Shu Qian does a part-time job. Wei Hao was standing and watching her from a distance because he likes Shu Qian. On the other side, Wu Yan comes to the welfare room. Nian Chen is already there to meet Xiao Wei. Seeing him, Wu Yan is very happy. The caretaker of the welfare room, Mrs. Yang, starts talking to Nian Chen. And after she leaves, Wu Yan starts talking to Nian Chen in the caretaker's voice and asks him, "Have you ever dated anyone?" Asking this, Wu Yan comes close to Nian Chen and starts looking at him. But Nian Chen had understood that this was Wu Yan. Therefore, Nian Chen says to her, "Do you really want to know this, Wu Yan?" Wu Yan gets embarrassed and steps back. In the next scene, Wu Yan asks Mrs. Yang about the school children. So she tells her, all of their parents have left them here. These children have some or the other problems since birth. Because of this, Wu Yan feels very bad. And she also gets very angry at the parents of those children. In the next scene, Nian Chen was going to his home. So Wu Yan also follows him and repeatedly tries to talk to him. So Nian Chen gets annoyed and sits down. And he calls Xiaolu and asks her to pick him up. And Wu Yan also sits next to him and starts asking, "Are you Yi Jin?" Hearing this, Nian Chen is very surprised. And then he says, "No, I don't know who this Yi Jin is." Now, seeing the expression on Nian Chen's face, it is confirmed that he is Yi Jin. But Nian Chen was not admitting it, so she keeps asking repeatedly. And making several excuses, she tries to talk to him. But Nian Chen is sitting completely silent. Seeing him like this, Wu Yan gets irritated. Just then, from the other side, Shu Qian is passing by. Seeing Wu Yan, she comes to her. Seeing her, Wu Yan asks Nian Chen to act as her boyfriend, and she tells Shu Qian, "This is my boyfriend." But Nian Chen pulls his hand away and leaves from there. So Wu Yan tells Shu Qian, Nian Chen is hungry. That's why he left from here. Wu Yan lies so that Shu Qian doesn't think that because of her and Wei Hao's relationship has been ruined. Still, she runs after Nian Chen, but Nian Chen was still not listening to her. So she grabs his hand and stops him. And she tells him, "Go and tell Shu Qian that you are my boyfriend." So Nian Chen says, I don't lie. All the people on the street were watching them arguing. So Wu Yan starts acting and, fake crying, says, "How can you cheat on me? And that too in front of my friend." Now seeing all this, a lot of people gather there and start talking. Hearing all their voices, Nian Chen says, "Okay, get up. I will do as you say." So Wu Yan says, "I want to go to KFC." So Nian Chen agrees, and they are both eating food. Then Wu Yan tells him about their trio's friendship and misunderstanding. So Nian Chen gives her his handkerchief to clean her face. Wu Yan says, "I will wash this handkerchief and return it to you." After eating, Nian Chen calls Xiaolu. Xiaolu was surprised to see a girl with Nian Chen, and she goes home and calls someone and tells them about all this. And on the other side, Wu Yan once again discusses Nian Chen with her friend. In the next scene, they are both at school, and Wu Yan finds out that Xiao Wei's birthday is coming, and Wu Yan asks Nian Chen to celebrate her birthday with her, but Nian Chen refuses. Just then, Wu Yan spills hot water on Nian Chen's hand. Seeing this, Wu Yan starts to worry a lot about Nian Chen, so she quickly puts a bandage on Nian Chen's hand. This makes Nian Chen very happy too. The next day, Wu Yan comes and again says sorry to Nian Chen for spilling hot water on his hand, but Nian Chen says there is no need for that. Then Wu Yan goes to find Xiao Wei. Nian Chen finds out from a teacher that Wu Yan has brought many gifts for Xiao Wei. Hearing this, Nian Chen quickly goes to Xiao Wei and stops Wu Yan from giving the gifts. And he calls Wu Yan outside to talk and says, "You don't need to do all this, because what they need is not gifts. You don't need to show sympathy for these children. If you care for them, then don't do all this." Wu Yan says, "Why do you think I don't care for them? And they won't be happy to see the gifts." Nian Chen says, "I know, because I also grew up in a welfare home. And what we needed was someone's company and for them to spend time with us, talk to us, and even for a few moments, listen to what we have to say. That is a matter of great happiness for us." Hearing this, Wu Yan feels very bad for Nian Chen, and for a long time, this thought keeps running in Wu Yan's mind, and she just keeps remembering Nian Chen. On the other side, Nian Chen is remembering the day his mom left him at the welfare home. That day was Nian Chen's birthday, and his mom had said, "There are some financial problems in our family, which is why I am leaving you here." Nian Chin's mom tells him, I will keep coming to meet you. But as soon as she went out of the welfare home, she died in an accident. That's why Nian Chin doesn't even like his birthday. In the next scene, Wu Yan goes to school. It is raining very heavily there, and Nian Chin is also outside. Wu Yan takes an umbrella and goes to find him. She sees him standing under a tree, and she takes the umbrella and goes to him. And she returns his handkerchief to wipe his hands, and after looking at him for a long time, they both close their eyes and feel nature. But Nian Chin asks about the tree behind them. And to explain about that tree, Wu Yan plucks a leaf from that tree and makes him touch the leaf to tell him about the tree. Just then, Xiao Lu arrives there, and Nian Chin goes with her. And today is Nian Chin's birthday and also his mom's death anniversary. So, he goes to his mom's grave. There too, Xiao Lu is on the phone telling someone about Nian Chin. A girl is talking from the other side, and she asks Xiao Lu, bring Nian Chin home. Xiao Lu says, I will try to convince Nian Chin. And Nian Chin did not get along with his father, which is why he does not live with him. In the next scene, Wu Yan accepts in front of her friend, I like Nian Chin. On the other hand, Wu Yan was sent by the office to interview a singer who had sung a song written by Yi Jin. And there, she had asked a question about Yi Jin. So this news becomes quite viral. Because of this, their radio station was being both criticized and appreciated a lot. And on the other side, Xiao Lu also sees this interview and asks Nian Chin, isn't this the same girl who was with you? Did she find out that you are Yi Jin? To this, Nian Chin says, no. And here, Wu Yan is thinking, I hope Nian Chin didn't see this interview and get angry with me. The next day when Wu Yan goes to school, she again hears the sound of a piano there. Nian Chin was playing it. Suddenly, one of Nian Chin's things falls down, and Wu Yan comes and starts to pick it up. During this, they both once again come close to each other. Just then, Wu Yan finds out that Nian Chin is going to a special concert. Finding out about it, she reaches there. There, someone from the audience is called to play the piano with Nian Chin. For that, Wu Yan also raises her hand, and luckily, she is chosen. She comes and sits next to him. Nian Chin recognizes her without her saying a word and says, you are Wu Yan. Wu Yan is left astonished. And after playing the piano together, Wu Yan starts asking questions about Yi Jin. So Nian Chin asks her, which song of Yi Jin do you like the most? So Wu Yan starts telling him about her favorite songs. Then Nian Chin explains to her the real meaning of one of Yi Jin's songs, which she listens to after coming home, and she also understands the meaning behind that song. And Wu Yan had gotten Nian Chin's number from Mr. Lei's mobile. So, after thinking a lot, she calls Nian Chin and directly tells him, I know you are Yi Jin. And this time, Nian Chin doesn't deflect her statement. Then Wu Yan says, I will keep this a secret. Knowing all this, Nian Chin is very happy. On the other side, Xiao Lu asks, that same girl knows about you? Nian Chin says, don't you worry, she won't tell anyone. Hearing this, Xiao Lu is shocked that he has trusted someone else so much besides her. The next day in the office, Wu Yan gets the task to work with Xu Qian, but today was Xiao Wei's birthday. Wu Yan was very worried. Seeing her worried, Xu Qian says, you go where you need to go. I will handle all this work. So Wu Yan says thank you to her and leaves from there. At school, Nian Chin had already arrived. They both celebrate Xiao Wei's birthday very happily together. And while coming out from there, Wu Yan says to Nian Chin, I have to ask you something. In return, you can also ask me anything. So Wu Yan asks, is Xiao Lu really your girlfriend? Just then, Nian Chin says, no. Hearing this, Wu Yan becomes very happy. So she says to Nian Chin, won't you ask me anything? So Nian Chin says, I'll ask some other time. Returning home, she was feeling very happy thinking about all this. That Xiao Lu is not Nian Chin's girlfriend. In the next scene, Xu Qian was still ignoring Wei Hao. Wu Yan also notices all this, so she calls Wei Hao to talk. These two sort out everything between them. And she tells Wei Hao, if you like Xu Qian, then you should approach her. In this, I will fully support you. So Wei Hao goes to find Xu Qian, but Xu Qian had even left her part-time job at the coffee shop, and Xu Qian was not even picking up his calls. So he calls Wu Yan and asks her to come, so she can give some good ideas. In the next scene, a couple wants to adopt Xiao Wei. Hearing this, Wu Yan is very happy, but Nian Chin doesn't seem happy about it because he was very worried about Xiao Wei. Just then, Wei Hao calls Wu Yan and asks her to come to the coffee shop to talk. Hearing this, Nian Chin says, I will also go with you. Hearing this, Wu Yan is very surprised and takes him with her. But there, Nian Chin is sitting alone on one side, while Wu Yan and Wei Hao are talking to each other. Seeing this, Nian Chin feels very jealous. Whenever Wu Yan talks about the couple who wants to adopt Xiao Wei, Nian Chin doesn't like it at all because Nian Chin doesn't trust strangers at all. But he was doubtful about why those people wanted to adopt Xiao Wei specifically. In the next scene, Xiao Wei was going to have a singing performance. So she asks Wu Yan for help. Now Wu Yan knew that her singing is not good, so she calls Nian Chin through Xiao Wei. So the next day, Nian Chin comes to teach singing, and Wu Yan also practices her singing with the children. And while leaving from there, it starts to rain. So Wu Yan takes Nian Chin and goes to a shop to buy an umbrella. And to protect Nian Chin, she herself gets drenched in the rain. Nian Chin buys a towel for her. He makes a special place in Wu Yan's heart. And after a while, Xiaolu also reaches there with a car. And she is again surprised to see Nian Chin with Wu Yan. Seeing this, she is also very happy for Nian Chin. There is someone with whom Nian Chin feels comfortable. And here, Wu Yan was happy to spend time with Nian Chin. In the next scene, Xiao Wei has her performance, and she performs very well. And there, the fact that she cannot see was being brought up again and again. Nian Chin feels very bad about this, and he gets up from there and goes to play the piano. And Wu Yan also, after saying bye to Xiao Wei, goes to Nian Chin. And Nian Chin also tells her, why do they keep talking about these children being orphans and their disabilities? It has a bad effect on the children's minds, and it breaks their confidence. That's why I'm very worried about Xiao Wei. What if, after her adoption, she has to face all this in a new family? And hearing this, Wu Yan also understands Nian Chin's feelings. In the next scene, Xu Qian sends Wu Yan a location in the middle of the night. She was in an area where no taxis were coming, so Wu Yan sends Wei Hao to that place. And there, they talk to each other and become good friends again. But Wei Hao finds out that Xu Qian's family is going through a lot of problems. Xu Qian's mom doesn't care about the family at all, and she keeps making new boyfriends. And when she runs out of money, she comes to Xu Qian to get money. And Xu Qian's mom is also very sick. And to get her treated, Xu Qian is doing a part-time job. And on the other hand, Nian Chin gets information about the family that wants to adopt Xiao Wei. And he finds out that they are from a normal family and have no criminal record. So the next day, Nian Chin and Wu Yan both take Xiao Wei to meet the family that was going to adopt her. While meeting them, Xiao Wei gets a little nervous, but because Wu Yan is with her, she feels good. After this, the three of them leave to return to the welfare home. Then Nian Chin and Wu Yan once again come close to each other. And on the other side, seeing a sudden change in Nian Chin's behavior, Xiaolu understands that Nian Chin has started to like Wu Yan, but when she asks, Nian Chin immediately denies it. The next day, Nian Chin, Wu Yan, and Xiao Wei go to an amusement park. There, Wu Yan holds both of their hands and shows them the whole amusement park. After this, the three of them also ride the Ferris wheel. And there, Wu Yan once again starts to get close to Nian Chin, but Nian Chin stops her and says, usually girls do this first. Wu Yan is shocked and says, how do you know I am standing close to you? So Nian Chin says, I never told you that I am completely blind. I am not completely blind. I can see everything a little bit. Hearing this, Wu Yan is even more shocked. She thinks, this means that every time I went close to Nian Chin had already felt that I was Wu Yan. Thinking this, she gets very embarrassed. But Nian Chin smiles, thinking about this. And now, upon returning home, Nian Chin was also thinking about Wu Yan. And on the other side, Wu Yan is also telling her friend about Nian Chin. In next scene, Nian Chin finds out that the teacher in whose place he comes to teach has returned. Therefore, he will have to go back. Thinking this, Nian Chin gets a little sad that he won't be able to meet Wu Yan regularly from now on. And there, Wu Yan was not coming in front of Nian Chin because she was feeling very embarrassed. She was secretly following him. But Nian Chin understands that Wu Yan is following him. After this, they both once again meet the family that is adopting Xiao Wei. And Wu Yan explains everything about Xiao Wei to them and also tells them how they should approach Xiao Wei. Then Nian Chin and Wu Yan come back from there. Then Nian Chin praises Wu Yan a lot. You explained so well to that couple about Xiao Wei. Then Nian Chin asks Wu Yan the question that was left from last time. So he asks Wu Yan, do you like me? To which Wu Yan answers, yes. Then Nian Chin asks her the reason for liking him, but Wu Yan is unable to give a reason for it. So Nian Chin leaves from there without saying anything. And she thinks, and is unable to understand what suddenly happened to Nian Chin. And in the end, why couldn't she tell him anything? And then she asks her friend how she can explain to him that she likes him. And on the other side, Nian Chin finishes his last class. Then Xiao Wei asks Nian Chin, when will we meet again? So Nian Chin promises her, whenever I'm free, I will definitely come to meet you. She gets more work in the office, so she takes 2 days leave from school. And while working with Xu Qian, their misunderstanding is cleared, and they become friends again like before. Just then, Wu Yan tells her, if you are not accepting Wei Hao because of me, then please don't do that. You will have my full support. Then, upon coming to school, Wu Yan finds out that Nian Chin has left the school because that teacher had returned. And Wu Yan was on leave, so she didn't know. And on the other side, Xiao Wei was going to leave with her adopted parents. Nian Qin did not arrive, so Wu Yan lies to Xiao Wei that Nian Qin is not coming to say goodbye to you because he will be very sad to see you leave. Nian Qin was not even picking up Wu Yan's call, so Wu Yan becomes very sad. In the next scene, Nian Qin's stepmom, who is Xiaolu's sister, was calling him. Nian Qin was not picking up the call, so she called Xiaolu. Because Nian Qin did not like his mom, he had switched off his phone. So Xiaolu explains to him and says, "You should go back home." Nian Qin refuses her. Xiaolu also goes on vacation for a few days. On the other side, Wu Yan is missing Nian Qin a lot and calls Nian Qin many times, but Nian Qin's phone was switched off. And just then, Wu Yan gets a call from her mom, and she asks Wu Yan about her studies. Wu Yan's mom wanted Wu Yan to become a college professor, but Wu Yan tells them, "I have to work at a radio station and I want to become an RJ. This is my dream job." And on the other side, Xu Qian was giving interviews in many companies and was getting rejected everywhere. And she needed money badly, so she was now applying for jobs in other companies. Just then, Wei Hao sees her there, and Xu Qian asks him, "Don't tell Wu Yan about this." And on the other side, Wu Yan's internship at the school also ends, but she misses Nian Qin a lot here. She again calls Nian Qin, but he was not picking up her call, so she gets very sad. In the next scene, Nian Qin was also missing Wu Yan a lot, and he was stopping himself because he thought that Wu Yan was not serious about him. But in reality, Wu Yan was very serious. In memory of Nian Qin, she had drunk a lot and was repeatedly calling Nian Qin. But Nian Qin doesn't pick up her call at all. On the other side, Wu Yan sees Xu Qian outside a shop, and she calls all her friends there. And she tells everyone her sad love story. And to forget her sorrow, she asks Xu Qian to sing a song. She starts missing Nian Qin even more, and all their friends fall asleep right there. But Wu Yan wakes up in the morning and goes to work. And when Xu Qian wakes up, she sees Wei Hao in front of her, and she keeps looking at him because Xu Qian also likes Wei Hao. On the other side, Wu Yan goes to meet Xiao Wei. There, Xiao Wei had settled into the family. She tells her that all the members of the family care for her a lot. Hearing this, Wu Yan becomes very happy. And Xiao Wei tells her that Nian Qin had come to meet her yesterday, but he had told her not to tell me this. Hearing this, Wu Yan gets upset. And going to the office, she finds out that Xu Qian is resigning. Once again, Wu Yan gets angry with Xu Qian because it was their dream to work at the same radio station, because she had also joined the radio station. But now this is her mission. And when Wu Yan comes back home in the evening, she was looking very sick. Despite being sick, she kept calling Nian Qin. But this time, Nian Qin also couldn't control himself and picks up her call. And hearing Wu Yan's voice, he finds out that she is sick. And he tells Wu Yan, "Send me your home address." And in a short while, he takes a taxi and reaches her house. But as soon as Wu Yan opens the door, she faints on Nian Qin's shoulder. And Nian Qin takes Wu Yan to the hospital. There, the doctors say, Wu Yan has measles. To take care of her, Nian Qin takes her to his home. And on the other side, Xu Qian also rejoins her band. And along with her job, she also wanted to follow her singing passion. So Wei Hao is very happy to see her and tells her, "I will always be with you." And on the other side, Wu Yan wakes up at night and comes to talk to Nian Qin. Then Nian Qin says sorry to her for leaving without telling her that day. And Wu Yan also shows a little anger towards him for not picking up her calls for so many days. She tells him how much she missed him. Once again, she confesses her feelings, but Nian Qin still doesn't give any answer. But his heartbeat gets fast. Just then, Wu Yan falls asleep right there. So Nian Qin picks her up and puts her to sleep in the bedroom. And the next morning, Nian Qin makes food for Wu Yan. In the next scene, Wei Hao and his band needed a place to practice, and they ask Wu Yan for help. Wu Yan helps them, and with the help of RJ Nishi and Xiaolu, where Xiaolu really likes their band's song. On the other side, Nian Qin and Wu Yan were just taking care of each other, and Xiaolu says that she will send a video of their band to her friends in the music industry. This way, they will get more opportunities. Hearing this, Wei Hao and Xu Qian are very happy and thank Xiaolu. On the other side, Nian Qin again has nightmares, and Wu Yan comes and sits by his side. Then here, Nian Qin finally tells her, "I like you." And finally, here they get together, and they both get into a relationship. The next morning, Wu Yan gets well. They spend quality time together. Just then, Xiaolu arrives there, and seeing them together, she understands that something serious is going on between them. Seeing her, Wu Yan quickly leaves from there. Everything gets sorted out between Xu Qian and Wu Yan too. And Wu Yan says, "I will help you in all your work." After that, Wu Yan tells Xu Qian about Nian Qin. And to live with Nian Qin, she goes to his house. Xiaolu was also going out somewhere for some work, and Xu Qian also gets a job in a good company. Because of this, she goes to stay at Nianchin's house. And when Xiaolu tells Nieshi Nianchin is in a relationship, Nieshi doesn't feel good about it. She was thinking that maybe Wu Yan is not serious about Nianchin. If they break up, Nianchin will get hurt. That's why Nieshi is a bit cold towards Wu Yan in the office too. And she transfers Wu Yan back from the news department to the broadcasting department. In the next scene, Wu Yan was spending her date with Nianchin happily. They were spending time together. Wu Yan's mom calls her and asks her to come back home. So Wu Yan goes back home. And there too, Wu Yan is always on call with Nianchin. On the other side, Wei Hao and Shu Qian come back to their hometown. Wei Hao goes to Shu Qian's house to meet her. But Shu Qian takes him out from there and tells him, "Stay away from my family, especially ignore my mom." Hearing this, he feels a little strange, but he becomes silent about it and doesn't ask anything more. On the other side, Nianchin and Wu Yan's days pass just by talking on the call like this. After that, Wu Yan comes to Nianchin. In this way, a lot of understanding has developed between them. Wu Yan's mom asks her to join a psychology teacher school, and she tries to explain a lot to Wu Yan. During this, she tells her mom, "I have a boyfriend." After that, her mom's thousands of questions begin. What does he do? What do his parents do? And where does he live? So Wu Yan tells them he has a little problem with his eyesight, and he lives in a welfare home. So Wu Yan's mom says, "Okay, I am coming to meet him tomorrow itself." Hearing this, Wu Yan says, "Now I'm in for it." So the next morning, Wu Yan's mom arrives, and as soon as she arrives, she packs all of Wu Yan's belongings and asks her to come with her. So Wu Yan tries to explain to them, "I love Nianchin a lot, and I will be happy with him in the future too." But Wu Yan's mom is very worried about her, especially because you love a boy who is blind, and no one knows about Nianchin's family background. And thinking about his future, Wu Yan's mom scolds her a lot, and they also have an argument. Now the mom knows that Wu Yan is very stubborn and she won't listen to her. Then Wu Yan apologizes to her mom for talking rudely. So Wu Yan's mom says, "Whatever you do, think it through carefully." Saying this, she leaves from there because she thought that Wu Yan will understand in a few days that her future with Nianchin cannot be good. On the other side, Nianchin's dad's health deteriorates. Xiaolu's sister, who is Nianchin's dad's fourth wife, is taking care of his dad. And she also explains to Nianchin's dad that he should talk to Nianchin and call him back home. Nianchin's dad was also very egoistic. He says, if Nianchin wants to come back home, he will come on his own. On the other side, Wu Yan's mom comes back home and tells Wu Yan's dad everything. Just then, Wu Yan's dad's health deteriorates, and her mom takes him to the hospital. There, they find out that dad has had a brain hemorrhage, and after his surgery, he is now admitted to the ICU. So her mom doesn't tell Wu Yan anything yet because she didn't want to worry her. But unaware of all these things, Wu Yan is enjoying her dating with Nianchin. On the other hand, Shu Qian works overtime in her company and cannot find time for the band. In the next scene, she sees a family photo at Nianchin's house and asks Nianchin about it. So Nianchin takes that photo and throws it away because Nianchin hated his dad the most. After a while, Xiaolu arrives there. So Nianchin gets very angry at her too for keeping that photo there without telling him. Now Wu Yan is very shocked to see Nianchin's relationship with his dad. But for now, she doesn't ask Nianchin anything about it. And after a few days, Wu Yan asks Xiaolu about Nianchin's family. In this way, Wu Yan finds out about Nianchin's dad through Xiaolu, and she also finds out that Xiaolu is Nianchin's aunt in relation. Nianchin, Xiaolu, and Xiaolu's sister used to be friends before. Nianchin has nightmares again, and Wu Yan comes and comforts him. And the next day, Nianchin's dad's health deteriorates, and Xiaolu's sister tells Xiaolu, somehow bring Nianchin back home. But this time too, Nianchin refuses. Nianchin even says, I won't even come to the funeral. So Xiaolu asks Wu Yan to try once. Maybe he will listen to you and go back home to meet his dad. First, Wu Yan finds out everything about his dad, and she finds out that his company is the most famous. But she couldn't understand how to talk to Nianchin about this. And then she calls her mom to see if she is angry with her, but her mom still doesn't tell her that her dad's health is not well. In the next scene, Wu Yan was not picking up Nianchin's call because she was a little busy with work. So Nianchin asks Xiaolu about this. To this, Xiaolu tells him, maybe I told her about your family, that's why she is acting like this. Just then, Wu Yan finishes her work and comes back home. So Nianchin says, if you wanted to know about my family, why didn't you ask me? Just on this matter, they have an argument, and because of this, Wu Yan goes back home. After a while, Nianchin regrets arguing with Wu Yan, and he calls Xiaolu home, and they both go out to find her, where Wu Yan was walking towards her apartment, so Nianchin follows her to her house. After reaching home, Wu Yan thinks that she shouldn't have argued with Nianchin, and he must have felt bad about all this. The next morning, Wu Yan's mom calls Nianchin. She says, "I got your number from Wu Yan." And she tells him, as parents, we never want our daughter to have any trouble in the future. And with a condition like yours, we can never accept you because we are worried about Wu Yan's future. But Wu Yan wants to live with you, and she is not listening to us either. So think about this a little. So Nianchin thinks about it, and through Xiaolu's hands, he sends all of Wu Yan's belongings to her house. Xiaolu tells Wu Yan, give Nianchin a little time. Everything will be fine. And Nianchin also needs to be alone. Wu Yan becomes a little absent-minded. Just then, they both miss each other a lot. Then one day, Nianchin is called to the radio station for an interview. But Wu Yan, seeing him, was still acting angry. Just then, Nianchin sees Wu Yan talking with a colleague and gets very jealous, and Nianchin takes Wu Yan out from there. They get back together. In the next scene, Shu Qian and Wei Hao were slowly but surely getting closer to each other. On the other hand, Shu Qian has to leave singing because of her job, because she has to focus on her career now. And because of this, their band's sponsorship from the company gets canceled. Because of this, Wei Hao's band members get a little angry with him. On the other hand, Wu Yan and Nianchin's life was going well. They were very happy with each other, so Nianchin buys a couple watches. Wu Yan gifts Nianchin an audio player. In that audio player, she had recorded Nianchin's favorite novel, which Nianchin used to listen to all the time. As time passed, Wu Yan's graduation day arrived, so Nianchin also brings flowers for her, so they both celebrate graduation day together. The next day, Xiaolu tells Nianchin, your dad's condition is very critical, so you must meet your dad once. Just then, Nianchin tells Wu Yan about his dad. So she tells him, forget your past and move on. In the next scene, Wu Yan meets an uncle from her hometown. He asks Wu Yan about her dad's health. In this way, Wu Yan finds out about her dad's hospitalization. So she immediately calls her mom and asks about his health. And she quickly comes to Nianchin's house and starts packing her things to go to her dad. But Nianchin misunderstands her, thinking that her mom has called and that she is leaving him. Nianchin's mood was already bad because just a little while ago, his stepmom had come to meet him and was asking him to come back home. Because Nianchin hated his stepmom the most, he was already angry. Because of this, he was not listening to Wu Yan and was stopping her from leaving. So Wu Yan says, I will be back soon, and after coming back, we will also get our marriage registration done. But Nianchin was stuck on his point. He was saying, I am blind, that's why you are leaving me. That too on your mom's saying. Wu Yan tells Nianchin, it's nothing like that, I will be back soon. But Nianchin was stuck on his point. But Wu Yan leaves and says, I will come back and explain everything to you. She quickly reaches her dad, and seeing his condition, she gets very worried. So Wu Yan tells her dad about Nianchin. The dad says, if you love him and you are sure that you will be happy with him, then you shouldn't think about anything else. And Wu Yan had full support from her dad. And to take care of her dad, she stays there in the hospital. And Nianchin was not calling Wu Yan so that she doesn't fight with her mom. And because of this, they are not able to sort out their misunderstanding. Just then, Nianchin's dad's health gets very bad. And Nianchin also goes to meet his dad. Nianchin gets very anxious in tense situations. And in his mind, his mom's last moments start replaying. And he also faints and falls. Xiaolu tells Wu Yan about Nianchin. So Wu Yan comes back home for a little while to see Nianchin. But Wu Yan's entry is at the wrong time because at that time, his stepmom had come to meet Nianchin. Now Xiaolu had told them everything about Wu Yan's mom and Nianchin, so she tells him, you should talk properly with Wu Yan's mom. Hearing all this, Nianchin gets very angry and says, her mom considers me a burden because of my blindness. Wu Yan overhears all these things. Hearing all these things, Wu Yan feels very bad and also gets angry at Nianchin. And she tells Nianchin, all the problems in the world are only with you, and only you can get angry. My dad's health was very bad, so I went to take care of him. And you, without listening to anything, fought with me and didn't even call me once to ask about me. But hearing about your condition, I came immediately. And I had to hear all this. I thought you loved me, but no, you don't love me. You only love yourself. Saying all this, she leaves from there. And sitting outside her apartment, she drinks a lot. And on the other side, Wu Yan's dad passes away. Wu Yan's mom tries to contact her, but she is not able to. In the morning, when she comes to her senses, she finds out. So she runs to meet her dad. But Nianchin was outside. Seeing him, Wu Yan gets very angry. She thinks that it was because of Nian-chin that she was not with her dad in his last moments. So she has a final breakup with him and leaves from there. And Nian-chin, in his anger, is unable to say anything. Returning home, Woo-yeon starts taking care of her mom, and after spending some time with her mom, she rejoins the radio station. Here, she does her first broadcasting session in memory of her dad, which people like a lot. And Nian-chin also listens to her broadcasts. In the next scene, Nian-chin had not had his eye surgery yet because he was not getting a suitable donor, and the risk in the surgery was also very high. But now, Nian-chin decides to have the surgery no matter what the outcome. So Nian-chin has the surgery, and the surgery is successful. And Nian-chin can see everything. For the first time, he sees the things around him and his house, and he goes to all those places where he used to go with Woo-yeon. He misses Woo-yeon a lot, but he had not seen Woo-yeon yet. And to keep himself busy, Nian-chin joins his dad's business, and he takes his company to great heights. In this way, 3 years pass, and Woo-yeon joins the radio station in her hometown so that she can stay there and take care of her mom. And along with that, Nian-chin had not stopped writing songs, and he releases a song written by him. And the title of that song was Crush, and Nian-chin had written this song for Woo-yeon, which he asks to be played on Woo-yeon's radio station under different names, hoping that someday Woo-yeon will listen to this song. And there, Woo-yeon also always listens to Nian-chin's songs because she also had not been able to forget Nian-chin yet. In these 3 years, Wei-hao and Shu Qian had also become a couple, and they had also gotten married. So Woo-yeon's mom also asks her to get married and settle down. So she also arranges a date for Woo-yeon, but Woo-yeon doesn't like any of those boys, and she rejects all of them. And in connection with work, Woo-yeon once again gets transferred to the same city where she used to live with Nian-chin. But her mom had still not left her alone. She had arranged a date there too with her friend's son, and there she sees Nian-chin and finds out that Nian-chin can see. And there, Nian-chin also just keeps looking at Woo-yeon because Nian-chin had recognized her at first sight. And seeing Woo-yeon talking with her date, Nian-chin comes to Woo-yeon. There, he introduces himself as Woo-yeon's old friend. But Woo-yeon couldn't understand anything at the moment, so in a fluster, she calls that date her boyfriend. But Woo-yeon didn't even know his name. Hearing this, Nian-chin gets sad. And from Woo-yeon's words, he understands that she is lying. Now Woo-yeon starts to leave with her date. Just then, Woo-yeon is about to collide with a trolley when Nian-chin saves her. Now they both still had feelings for each other in their hearts. They were just not accepting their feelings in front of each other. Both of them thought that they had moved on. In the next scene, Woo-yeon tells her roommate about Nian-chin. She says, maybe it was in your destiny to meet again. On other side, Nian-chin was just thinking about Woo-yeon. And in the evening, Nian-chin follows Woo-yeon from outside her office because the way to her apartment was very dark, and Woo-yeon was very scared of the dark, and there were no lights there either, so Nian-chin was secretly following her. Only after she safely reached near the apartment does Nian-chin go home. In the morning, Woo-yeon talks to her classmate about Nian-chin. So her friend explains to her, if you both still have feelings in your hearts, then you should talk to him. Here she also asks to hear both sides of the story. She says, your situations were the same. His dad was also sick and so was yours. And you both did not talk to each other. And because of this, you had a misunderstanding and you broke up without listening to anything he had to say. So you should talk to him once. In the next scene, Woo-yeon reaches Nian-chin's office. Nian-chin is busy in an important meeting, so his assistant asks her to sit for a while. The meeting goes on for a long time, and while waiting, Woo-yeon falls asleep. And she falls asleep on the sofa right there. After a while, Nian-chin comes there, and he is very happy to see Woo-yeon, and he carries her to a restaurant. While carrying her, Nian-chin remembers all the past memories. After putting her to sleep, he goes to the washroom and forgets his watch in the washroom. After that, he goes to meet a client. And after a while, Woo-yeon wakes up. She is surprised to see herself there. And she goes to the washroom to wash her face. There she finds Nian-chin's watch. She takes that watch thinking it's hers because she also had a similar watch. After a while, when Nian-chin comes back to the room, he doesn't find Woo-yeon there. But he finds Woo-yeon's watch, and he calls Woo-yeon and says, the assistant told me that you were here. What did you want to talk to me about? What answer could Woo-yeon give to this? Woo-yeon was just thinking this. In a hurry, Woo-yeon says, when are you getting married? Hearing this, Nian-chin says, you seem to be in a great hurry for my wedding. Again, in a fluster, she says, how can I let you marry someone else? He understands that Woo-yeon still has feelings for him in her heart. On the pretext of changing the watch, he invites Woo-yeon to dinner, and Woo-yeon also agrees. In the next scene, they both meet for dinner, but they couldn't understand how to start the conversation. Just then, Woo-yeon says, I know you were very hurt by our breakup because that day I said a lot to you. She says sorry for that, so Nian-chin accepts the sorry. Then Woo-yeon says, our dinner was a bit awkward, and she once again invites Nian-chin for dinner. So Nian-chin also agrees, but Nian-chin sees Woo-yeon with the same date. She had come to meet him because of her mom. But Nian Chin gets very jealous seeing her with that date, so he calls her and asks her to come out, and he hugs her and says, I know you were also very hurt because of me. For that, I am sorry, but I can't see you with someone else. Do you still hate me for that day? But Wu Yan still doesn't give him any answer. But Nian Chin doesn't give up either. The next day he goes to the school to meet her, where Wu Yan still studied, and he returns her watch, and he had received a business dinner invitation. For that, he asks Wu Yan to go with him, because last time Wu Yan had promised to treat him to dinner. Thinking it's the same dinner, he asks her to go with him. After a lot of persuasion, Wu Yan finally agrees. In the next scene, Wu Yan and Nian Chin go to the party. Wu Yan goes to the party wearing very casual clothes, because of which some of the important people there mistake Wu Yan for a waitress. Just then, Nian Chin tells everyone, Wu Yan is my fiancé. Hearing this, Wu Yan is shocked, but for now she plays along with Nian Chin in the act. After the party ends, Wu Yan scolds Nian Chin for the fiancé thing. Nian Chin says, don't you remember? After our fight, when you were leaving me, what did you say before you left? So Wu Yan says, I said, I will come back and get our marriage registered with you. Hearing this, Nian Chin says, I am ready. Let's get married. Wu Yan says, oh, hello, I didn't propose to you, I just told you. Wu Yan tells Nian Chin, there is no chance of that now, and I said all that to you 3 years ago. Saying this, Wu Yan starts to leave from there. Nian Chin drops her home himself. He had installed lights all along the way, but he doesn't tell this to Wu Yan. For dropping her home, Wu Yan says thank you to him. So Nian Chin says, I was serious about the marriage thing. But Wu Yan still doesn't give him any answer. But Nian Chin doesn't give up. He still starts going everywhere with Wu Yan. He stays with her at school and the office too. And he travels with her and keeps protecting her, which Wu Yan was also liking a lot. One day, Wu Yan goes to meet Xiaolu, and she tells her, if you were thinking that Nian Chin never missed you and never tried to meet you and he never called you, then you are thinking wrong. He misses you every day. And after you left, he started drinking a lot. He has never told you this until today. In fact, he's been secretly caring for you. In these 3 years, he has not let any trouble come upon you. He kept your dad's office just as you wanted it. You were able to join the radio station in your city, and that too so easily. Nian Chin did all this. He took care of your every need from a distance. But he didn't have the courage to come in front of you. In fact, he still feels sorry for your dad. That's why he never came in front of you, lest you move away from him forever. That's why he joined his dad's office and took that company to new heights so that he could prove to you and your mom that he is worthy of you. And when he found out that you were going on blind dates, he couldn't bear it. He came back. Hearing all this, Wu Yan feels sorry for Nian Chin. So she calls Shu Qian and sits down to drink. And she drinks so much that Shu Qian can't handle her. So she calls Nian Chin and asks him to come. And Nian Chin takes her to his home. There, Wu Yan tells Nian Chin her feelings, I still love you just as much. So here they get back together again, and their dating life begins. And soon Wu Yan's mom finds out about their relationship. So she asks to call Nian Chin. This time Nian Chin, like a true gentleman, asks her mom for Wu Yan's hand. By now the mom had no problem with their relationship because she just wanted a normal boy for her daughter. After getting permission from her mom, they start living together. They both enjoy their dating life very happily. In between this, Nian Chin proposes to Wu Yan for marriage. Wu Yan accepts it, and she goes to tell her mom all this. Hearing this, Wu Yan's mom is very happy, and she takes them both to Wu Yan's dad's grave. And then she talks to Nian Chin alone. Wu Yan had told her mom that Nian Chin feels sorry for her dad. So mom first stops Nian Chin from blaming himself for her dad, and she also apologizes to Nian Chin for her past words, and she wishes them a happy life with Wu Yan. Nian Chin promises, I will always take care of Wu Yan and keep her happy. Then they both go back to the city. But Wei Hao comes to her house to meet Wu Yan. Nian Chin tells him that Wu Yan has gone to meet her roommate. Hearing this, Wei Hao says, how can that be? Wu Yan's roommate died 3 years ago. So Nian Chin goes to Wu Yan's apartment, and Nian Chin finds out that after the death of Wu Yan's roommate and her dad, her mind has been deeply affected, and she is going through a psychological disorder. And to share her thoughts, she imagines her roommate and always comes to this room to talk to her roommate. Upon talking to the doctors advise, you will have to spend more and more time with Wu Yan, and you have to share everything with her, and you have to listen to everything she says. And in this way, by spending more and more time with Wu Yan, her psychological disorder gets cured. In the next scene, they have their wedding ceremony. All their friends and family are very happy for them. And a few days later, Wu Yan gives Nian Chin the good news of her pregnancy. Hearing this good news, Nian Chin is very happy, and he quickly takes his car from his office and comes to meet Wu Yan. Both of them are very happy with this news, and Nian Chin takes very good care of Wu Yan and stays with her all the time. And he takes her for her regular checkups. They were worried that their child might be blind like Nian Chin. Then Wu Yan says, it doesn't matter. If he is blind, We will take very good care of him. And she says, what problem would a baby have who has such a loving daddy? In the next scene, a few years later, Nian Chin and Wu Yan are with a very cute little girl who was their daughter. And she was completely healthy, and both of them are very happy with her. So Nian Chin says to Wu Yan, thank you for coming into my life and giving me so much happiness. And right here, our drama has its happy ending.